We're doing NBA player props here on PrizePicks for Wednesday, June 7th, NBA Finals Game 3. Before we get started, there's a link in the description below. You can sign up for PrizePicks there, or you can use promo code TUFF. 100% deposit match. Discord link in the description. Main server is completely free. We also have the Patreon link in the description as well, where I post all the plays here that I'm making on PrizePicks for each given sport that I do play. I do need to mention as well, I'm not a gambling expert, and this is not financial advice. Simply just plays I'm personally looking at making. Hopefully give you guys some insight and analysis to then make your own player prop decisions here. Again, no one's pressing submit on those parlays other than yourselves. But let's get into it, you guys. We got NBA Finals Game 3 here. It is a 2.5 point spread in this game with a 214 over under, but a 2.5 point spread. Denver's actually 2.5 point road favorites here, so definitely an interesting here. The line coming from the sports books, in my opinion, this is obviously a road game for Denver. Miami does play much better at home. They're 27-14 at home. Denver is 19-22 on the way away. Just going from the regular season here, so it should be a very, very interesting and competitive game in my opinion. I think this should be. Obviously, I think both, in my opinion, both Game 1 and 2 were competitive. Like Miami in Game 1 didn't really have a chance to win, but they were stayed in the game. They remained competitive. So, and I definitely think both teams, Denver and Miami, are going to make significant adjustments in this game as well. So, I got two plays that I am targeting from this game. Let's not waste any time. Let's just get right into it. Again, we hit on both the plays in Game 2. I believe it was... I don't know. I don't remember the plays, but we hit on both plays in Game 2, you guys. So coming off a nice little streak, we've hit some pretty solid plays here on this YouTube channel as of late. So let's get into it. The first one is going to be Jokic, and I got to go with his over 50.5 PRA. Just right off the bat, like on underdog, this is at 51.5, so we do get value here on PrizePicks. He's hit this in 4 of his last 5 games: 52, 38, 57, 51, and 56 PRA over his last 5 games here. And we take a look at Nikola Jokic. This is on Outlier. This is on outlier.bet, you guys. There's a link at the top of the description of this video. You get a 7-day free trial by using the link at the top of the description of this video. In my opinion, the best research tool to make smarter sports bets here. So this is his last 20 games when he plays 38 plus minutes. You can see the green. He's only missed this 2 times in his last 20 games when he plays 28 plus minutes on the road. Again, this is on the road, sorry. Or no, this is not on the road. This is just his last 20 games when he plays 38 plus minutes. He's only missed this twice. Nikola Jokic 56, 51, 57, and then 52, 69, 68, 64, 60, 60, 57, and 60, right? Last 10, he has a 90% hit rate. He's only missed this once over his last 10 games at the Lakers, where it really wasn't a close game in that, I believe that was the Game 2 or Game 1 in LA. So Jokic, obviously, so much green here for him to go over 50.5. Like I said, it's at 51 on some sports books. We take a look at Nikola Jokic. His PRA game log this season on the road in the playoffs. I mean, like I said, he's only missed this twice on the road in the playoffs. One versus Minnesota when he only played 38 minutes, and then once against the Lakers, like I said, he played 38 minutes. But at 54 versus Phoenix in 38 minutes, and then when he's played 39 plus minutes, has had 57, 60, 64, and 68 PRA. Against these teams in the playoffs, right? So Nikola Jokic, obviously a monster. He kind of, to me, gets more usage at home, and Miami is giving him just single coverage in the post. Now, I don't know if there's going to be kind of a change in how Denver operates, because, there's the narrative that if Jokic scores 40 points, Denver loses. But I think regardless, if they're giving Jokic single coverage, he's going to score the basketball. He's a basketball player, and his usage is just so high in this offense that, I mean, there's going to be a variety of ways for him to get 50.5 PRA tonight. We take a look at his per 36 over his last 7 games on the road. He's averaging, this is per 36, by the way, so he's going to play, obviously, 36 minutes. He's averaging 30 points per game, 9 rebounds, so 39.4 PR, and then 10.2. So he's averaging 49.6 PRA per 36 minutes on the road. All right, obviously he's going to play close to 40 minutes, probably going to play well over 40 minutes. You can see here he sees a 32.2% usage per 36 minutes over his last 7 games on the road as well, which I believe should be all playoff games. This should be all playoff games, his per 36 averages. In this series, too, so far, he is averaging 14 potential assists, converting 9 assists per game. I mean, if we take a look at his, let's just take a look this season in the playoffs really quickly. For Jokic, he had 56 PRA in Game 2, and he only had 4 assists, sorry, which is his lowest assists all playoffs, basically. And really how he usually assists the basketball. He's usually close to 10 assists. So I think that was a down kind of game for him getting his teammates involved. So I definitely think that'll change. But 28 field goal attempts is great volume for scoring the ball. So I mean, even if he's finished with 56, if he can get us like close to like 8, 9, 10 assists, we can, take the hit on his scoring load, I guess you could say here. But still, nonetheless, 14 potential assists, converting 9 assists per game, as well as 20 potential rebounding chances, converting 10.5 rebounds. And I definitely think those rebounds are going to positively regress here. For him to only be averaging 10.5 rebounds, it goes to show how Miami's kind of defending him in the paint. But I definitely think he'll get some more opportunities there and should get some positive regression in that regard here. So I like Jokic tonight. Again, they continue to give him single coverage. I don't think Miami will change that game plan. It worked for them in game 2. I don't know why they would suddenly start doubling him in the post. So he's going to get his open shots. He's going to be able to be effective in the paint offensively. But I definitely think Denver and the coaching staff in Denver should be making adjustments to, hopefully help him get more than 4 assists. If Jokic only has 4 assists, the Denver offense is just not going to be running as smoothly. They aren't going to be getting the shots. The teammates aren't going to be getting the shots they want. So I like Jokic over 50.5 PRA. It's listed at 51 on underdog. It's listed on 51 on a lot of other sports books as well. So and the odds here, it's minus 136 on FanDuel, minus 135 on DraftKings. So Jokic over 15.5 PRA is the first play. And then the second play is going to be an interesting one here. It's going to be Kyle Lowry over 3.5 assists. I was tempted to just run Jimmy's fantasy score back, but Denver's kind of defending him. He's only at 36 and 38.3 in the first 2 games. So again, I don't know what's going on with Jimmy necessarily, so I like Kyle Lowry over 3.5 assists here. So let's talk about why I like this play. So we take a look here on Outlier. This is his game log at home this season. You can see all the green. You can see here over his last 20 games, right, at home. You can see all the green, and then head-to-head, right? He's had way back at home versus Denver last season, or maybe even 2 seasons ago. Or last season, sorry. He had 14 assists. Not that really matters. But we take a look at home. For Kyle Lowry, just both games all combined. 68% hit rate this season in 2022. Over his last 20, you can see the hit rate as well. The floor for this play is pretty high, right? Like you can see the times he's had at least 3 assists. So he's come very, very close in some misses. Here's his game log this season at home in the playoffs, right? He's missed this twice. Has had games of 9, 6, 5, 4, 4, and 4. He did finish game 1, I believe, he finished game 1 with 5 assists. So he cleared this line by 2 assists in game 1. He had 5 assists, and then in game 2 he had 3 assists. So he's at 8 assists through 2 games here against the Denver Nuggets. Through 2 games, like I said, 4 assists per game, 8 potential assists here for Kyle Lowry. But this game is at home, and the line hasn't moved. On the season at home, he averages 5.4 assists compared to 4.8 assists on the road. So his assists go up around 0.6%. Or 0.6 per game. Tyler Hero has already been ruled out, so we don't have to kind of worry about Tyler Hero impacting Kyle Lowry's minutes. Like I think Kyle Lowry, if you take a look at his game log this season at home, including the playoffs, right, the hit rate is extremely strong as well, right, 4+ in so many games. But if we just take a look at this in the playoffs, when he logs 23+ minutes, right, I mean, he's pretty much safe in this Miami offense and kind of how he needs to play. He played 26 and 24 minutes in the first 2 games. I can see him playing closer to 28 minutes at home here, as we've seen him kind of play, at home this season in the playoffs. He's played significant minutes, 24+ in every single game except for 1 against Boston, which we talked about before on this channel. But 24, 25, 26, 28, 28, 31. And he is still completing. He's completed 43 passes per game on average through 2 games. That's an insane amount of passes, in my opinion, for a player that's only playing 24.6 minutes. Obviously, he has the ball in his hands a ton when he is on the floor. And if we take a look at his per 36 as well at home over his last 11 games, he is averaging 6.4 assists per game at home per 36. Now, he's not going to play 36, but per 36 is 6.4. All we need tonight is 4 assists from him. So 2.4 assists per game average less is what we need for him to hit in probably 26 to 28 minutes tonight from Kyle Lowry. So I like this play a lot here. It is favored to go over on most books as well. He's a minus 136 on FanDuel, minus 135 on BetMGM, minus 135 on DraftKings, minus 139 on Caesars here. And then yeah, you could just look at the hit rate, you guys. If you just take a look at this 2022, you guys, we break this down to at home when he plays 20, let's just say 26 minutes. I mean, you can see all the green. He's only missed this in 5 games this season when he plays at home with 26 plus minutes. We know Denver kind of bleeds assists here to opponents all season long. Like if we just take a look at something, let's do Fantasy Pros here real quick. We look at point guards on the season. Like Denver was up there, in the green, considered an easy matchup to point guard as far as assists goes, right? They allowed the 6th most assists to the point guard position all season. We know, LeBron got a ton of assists in that series versus Denver. They just bleed assists. We've seen Jimmy Butler's assists. I mean, he's had 7 and 9 assists through 2 games here. So we know ball handlers, Denver kind of bleeds assists the way they play defense. So I like Kyle Lowry over 3.5 assists here. I definitely think he should get the minutes to hit the over on this. And I mean, 44.5 passes per game through 2 games is a strong indicator for what we might see from him tonight. So here are the 2 plays here for this YouTube video. It's going to be Nikola Jokic over 50.5 PRA, Kyle Lowry over 3.5 assists. Again, 2 plays here for this YouTube video. Let me know in the comments below how you guys feel about these 2 plays. Drop a like on this video, hit that subscribe button, and as always, let's cash.